Hello everyone, welcome back to cosolix. I'm your host cosolix, and today we're talking about how to easily play aggressive in Brawlhalla in the year 2023. Let's get right into this. So, wait, before we do, you gotta subscribe if you want to improve at Brawlhalla, baby. Check out cosolix.com as well if you want some personal coaching, because that way you're gonna improve as fast as possible. There's also replay reviews, there's some cheaper options there. I know the coaching is quite expensive. I am currently attending school, so I apologize. I do not have time to coach everyone, so I had to raise prices. Okay, now let's get right into this. So, there's two ways to play aggressive in Brawlhalla. There's baiting with attacks, and playing aggressive, we're not going to be talking about pressuring with movement. Because using movement is waiting, in a way. You're pressuring, you know, sure, you're in an aggressive position, but in a way, you're like, you got to get your opponent to miss. They're attacking first. So how do you attack first in Brawlhalla is the real question. There's only two ways to attack first in a safe and optimal manner. Way number one is using an attack as a bait. So we talked about using movement to get your opponent to miss, but if you throw out an attack, your opponent now has a decision. Can I punish the attack or should I not punish the attack? And that's a decision we want to we want our opponent to have that decision, because they're going to make the wrong decision quite often. Or you use an attack that has a lot of momentum for them to often have the wrong decision. So for instance, moves that have a lot of momentum where you can kind of move. So Qatar in air, you can like dash jump, and then you can like, I guess you can fall back with it, but really you can like jump, nair away. You see how I'm moving away while nairing? My opponent might think they can punish it, but by the time they try and do that, why did it do that? By the time they try and punish it, I'm all the way on the right. And the same thing goes, you could like jump Sair, although you see how the momentum stalls, our opponent might not make a mistake. You can go jump recovery and hold to the right. On Qatars, there's maybe not so much. You could like dare or something like that. Gurichibu does this a lot, but you see how the momentum stalls? You're going to have to be careful. Qatars don't have a ton of baiting options. I'd say Nair is your best bet. Maybe you can like sidelight in the opposite direction really far away. The slower the move, the further away you have to be from your opponent, or they're going to be able to punish it quite easily. The second way to play aggressive other than baits is to go in the unreactable zone. So you get really close to your opponent and then do an option that they can't react to, like a Qatar Nair. And this is where Qatars really are amazing. Enlight, Nair, you know, even side light when you're right next to someone, D-light, they're so fast you can't react to them. So that's kind of how you play aggressive. You get to this unreactable zone and then you hit them upright. You just hit them before they move out of the way. So we're gonna play two experimental games. One of the games we're gonna focus on one method, which is the baiting, and there's certain characters and weapons that are better at baiting than others. Then we're gonna be talking about just hitting them straight up. This I like to call instincts. We're going to play a character that's really good at baiting. Some characters with a lot of dexterity you could say are really good at baiting. So like the 9 dexterity Koji can be really good. I don't think Sword's an insane weapon at baiting, I'll be honest. So what's a really good weapon at baiting? Blasters and cannons. So we're playing the Chief, baby. Oh yeah, Sir Johnny Squilliam III. Because get it, his name's John. Okay, anyways. So we're going to be playing some Chief, and you'll see blaster players go for this fake aggression baiting every single time with like, you'll see blaster sidelight. I'm not a blaster player, but you'll see what I mean. Okay, you could like Sair moving backwards. Nair has some good baiting options too, or not, did I say Nair has some good? Lance has some good baiting options too. That's my bad. But Cannon is also the king at it. Again, weapons with a ton of momentum. And you could even do it with, like, unarmed. So I can jump Nair. You know, he went for an Enlight there. Probably could have avoided that. You know, I could, like, jump Nair there. I just get punished. Okay, so I can't really jump Nair there. Alright, so now we're on Cannon. I can Sair in the opposite direction. And see how he went for that Sair there? I'm going to be able to get better. Let me focus. You can't always win by baiting. You know, it's going to be... You're going to have to take the free punish. But you see that right there. I'm Sairing in the opposite direction, and he thinks he can punish it. Too bad, you can't. I didn't think I could punish that, I'll be honest. I thought that was a bait in itself. But even like Enlight, that was a bait. Got him to miss, right? And the key thing is we want them to miss. So we could Sair. You know, maybe we dare in the opposite. We could dare that way. Let's dare in the opposite direction. Okay, he didn't try and punish. Oh, he tried to punish that there. There in the opposite direction. Okay, just didn't dodge in time. End light from far away. Oh, he tried to punish it. Look how far away. End light. Gonna end light one more time. End light all the way here. He didn't try and punish it. And then that's just, I'm just waiting there. He just threw that out for some reason. Let's switch the blasters, right? So, like, let's say I'm kind of far away. I can, like, side light. He got too close there with the iframes. Right? I can Sarah holding backwards. See how he... Right there. That was a perfect example. Where I'm doing an attack where he can't punish me. He goes for a punish, and then I win neutral. Obviously, I'm trying to, like, force it out right now. That was a bait in a way. That was a bait. There in the opposite direction. That was a bait. Gonna Sarah in the opposite direction. That was a bait. Gonna dare in the opposite direction. Oh, you see all the baiting with cannon. Right? Gonna Sarah that way. Sarah the opposite. Gonna end sig really far away. Sarah in that direction. Sarah in this direction. Just gonna keep applying some pressure. Okay, that was too much. Nair is also an amazing one because it sends you back downwards to reposition yourself. So if they're like above me, take a look at this. When they're above me, you see how Nair sends back downwards? If people are really high up in the air, you can kind of spam that Nair. But let's go into blasters. So jump there as well. He can't punish that. And that just opened up another hit for me. So let's say I jump there, you know. Jump there. Oh, he tried to punish that. And then I got an interaction there. Jump there. I could have avoided that. You know. Sarah. He tried to punish that. Sarah. Gonna dash away side light. Get a dare there. You know, dash away side light. Look, he tried to punish it. Look at that. Gonna Sarah moving at the same time. You know, jump there. He can't punish that. Jump there. Ooh. Gonna jump there again. Okay, that time he fell into a jump there over here. Jump there. And look at that. I could have downlight recovered, but whatever. It's just, again, we're missing intentionally. I know it's hard, and it's going to take some practice to really do this effectively. But look at that. That just won us the game. I just Sarah in the opposite direction, and he's like, oh, I'm going to end light. You can't end light there, buddy. So that's an example on how to bait. That's, again, playing aggressive using baiting and movement and whatnot. Now let's talk about playing aggressive using instinct. So it's basically running at them and attacking them while they're stacked. So let's pick a character that's really good at that. So Katars is really good at that. Sword can be good, but you can't close that horizontal space very well. Bit tougher. I feel like gauntlets are really good. So let's play Caspian. And we don't need dexterity on Caspian. What a broken character. 4 defense though, so maybe not. So I want you guys to watch me. Basically, our goal with this game, and this is a diamond player, so if it can work on a diamond player, it can work on anyone. Our goal with this game is basically we're going to pick up Katars or gauntlets or even unarmed sometimes, and we just want to get as close as possible to our opponent and just hit them, right? If our opponent's moving a lot, like just like that side light, you know, stacked, I end light, right? Nair. We just want to get as stacked as possible. Even there, I'm nairing, just getting really stacked where they can't react. That was a normal punish. And you can still use momentum to bait with this kind of game plan. But once again, we just want to get really close to stacked again. We could have tripled that. A bit hard against Katars, you know. Sometimes it's hard, you can't really force it. Like there, I'm just going to get a punish. Right, but here, let's go just really stacked. We just want to get in, like, make him really uncomfortable. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of, it's a lot harder than the first one. Let's go in gauntlets this time. But it can work just as well. So that was a clean punish, whatever. Now let's get really stacked. I'm just hitting him straight up because look at the positioning we were at, right? I couldn't really end light there. Okay, I'm far away. That was a free punish he gave me. That was another free punish he gave me. There, I didn't even have to punish that Nair. And see, I'm just getting really stacked on him. He can't react to my option. So, right here, he had no dodge, so I just side light. But still, we're going to get really stacked. And he had his dodge. He could have avoided it. But because of how close I was to him, it's like instincts. Right? It's very easy. And these faster weapons are just better at it. Weapons like Lance, you have less options for this kind of thing. But you can punish things from further away. So the weapons are good at different things. Spear's kind of like anti-stacked in a way. It's like a zoning weapon, right? Oh, you have no dodge, buddy. Oh, I didn't connect. But there, that side light, I just run at him. Okay, you gave me a free punish, buddy. Okay, he's got a dodge here, so we're just gonna run at him. You know, just run at him, Sarah. Missed that there because he was moving. That gave me a free punish. Just gonna run at him. And you'll see guys like Luna do this a lot. Just ran right at him and Garrett. I didn't even see that recovery. I didn't have to. I just ran right at him. And that's a diamond player, guys. Again, this is a really difficult thing to do, relying on these instincts. But to win neutral, consistently playing aggressive, you need to get into this area, the unreactable zone, where, and I'll show you in the replay, our opponent can't do anything. Take a look. I'm going to show a good example of when this really worked. That was a bad nair. We kind of got it earlier in the game a couple times, really easy. Like right here, for instance, right? I get really close to stacked, and our opponent's asking, hey, what do I do here? Like, when you're in this situation, a Katara nair is guaranteed. Maybe they can dodge, but they're not going to be able to react to it. Like, it's not humanly possible. If you're stacked like this, look at this. We're going to turn on the hitboxes. How many frames can they react to this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 5 startup frames. That's not humanly possible to react to. It's like 80 milliseconds or so. Just over 80 milliseconds. That's not humanly possible. So if you pick really quick attacks and you're really close to stacked, your opponent can't do anything. There's no chance of reacting to it. Same thing happens here. The only thing that can counter this is preemptive movement. And preemptive means basically they're doing it without reacting to where you are. So like right here, for instance, the Mirage is dashing. They're not dashing in reaction to my Katara nair, but since they're already moving and they did a dash jump, they just slightly moved out of the way before I even attacked. So if your opponents are moving really quickly, this gets really hard to do. But if they're standing still, look at this. They get lost. What do? You're standing still. So he jumped into my nair. And again, see this one more time. Look at this. I just run right at him. But you have to get, again, really close, and you have to play weapons that are good at this. You can do this on Lance. You can do this on Cannon. But it just doesn't have the tools to do this very easily. It gets extremely hard. Where that first method, attacking with baits, becomes much easier and more prevalent because you have more movement options too, unlike Katars. So guys, what did we learn today? Those are the only 2 ways to play aggressive in Brawlhalla. You can play aggressive, but those are the best ways. Pressuring with movement, I'm not counting as playing aggressive, but you can be in an aggressive position with movement, whatever. If this video helped, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Neutralix is the best place to get better at Brawlhalla, especially from a pro player. So subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all later. Take care. Peace.